shout it loud, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but all your bullets ricochet. You shoot me down, but I get up. Bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Fire away, fire away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Cut me down, but it's you who'll have further to fall. Ghost town and haunted love. Raise your voice. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Talking loud, not saying much. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Fire away, fire away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium.
There you go, mate.
G'day, Ray. How are you?
How's things? You're on the ball. But he got the live button.
Oh, God. I had a bit too much sake this afternoon. I thought, I'll have a bit of a nana nap. And, I was all right for an hour and said to the little bloke, now, wake me up at 20 past 6. I got a live show on tonight. Thank Christ I set the alarm. Just think, oh, God.
Where are we?
What can you do?
Oh, well, we'll just get on that. No, I've just been I've been working flat out. I'm fucking trying to have the day off, but I got last week and a half I've been making these bloody big racks for this guy to hang his whippersnippers on. I got all that done. About Thursday, come and pick them up and thought, thank God they're gone. Anyway, then Friday, my buddy, mate Victor rang up and he said that he wanted me to make a rack sort of thing because this other guy, one of the drag racing mates, he's got his car down there. They just finished repairing it after the Winter Nationals. He rolled it. So anyway, there you go, Matt. Anyway, he's taken it over to Orlando in the US. So he got a 20-foot container and bloody. I had to make it yesterday afternoon or finished last night about 7:30. I had to make a rack thing to go in there above it, sort of thing, so you can put tents and t-shirts and all bits and pieces of shit above it. Using up as much of the container as possible.
Yes.
Put under it and all that sort of thing. Got all that done finally, and that's all right. And I was knackered today. Didn't want to do anything, and then I got another bloke I do a bit of work for time to time, which I didn't want to do any more work with. And he rings up, I'm in a mad rush. I had to cut down all these bloody racks sort of thing, on the back of his utes.
Oh, yes.
So I got them things done by about 4 o'clock, something like that. So I'm done. I'm not going to do anything for the next bloody week. Really.
Bear with me 1 second, Ray. I've got an urgent call coming in here, mate. I'll just kill this volume for a second, mate.
No worries.
Give me 1 second, mate.
Okay. There you go, Richard Martin. I've never heard of you before. Wahin, yeah, sounds like a nice place to go to. I want to go there actually. Oh, I'm trying to bloody. It's that dinner. How's the weather over there at the moment? Wahin. Should be a bit wet over there at the moment, I think, wouldn't it? There you go, Mr. Balding. Oh, yeah, right. And how's Johnny going? All right? I haven't spoken to him for a fair while. Yes, but I'll get back over there. Wahin is one of the places I want to go to. Looks like a nice place. I want to get there last time, but I just never had time. Ah, 30s isn't too bad for over there. Bit coolish here, not cold, you know. I'm in Brisbane, so it's not too bad here. I think it's about, I don't know, it's probably about 12 or something. I've got 14 at the moment, I think. Well, it says 22, but it isn't 22. There's a BLM. 18, so it says. This bloody, I think it'll get down to about 12 tonight, I think. That's cool enough. We don't get too much cold weather here. Yeah, a bit wet season over there at the moment. We're watching this one guy. He's up in Nissan. What's he called? His channel, Ricky in Nissan. He does pretty good stuff. He puts one up pretty regular. His missus just had twins and just brought them home. Identical. So he's got a bit of work ahead of him now. I'm bloody tired, but I can't sleep now. I'll hang around for a while and see what happens. I even have a bloody bourbon, I think. I'll see what happens. I haven't got much left. I'm going to get another bottle. Where all the usual fellas are tonight. Yeah, I see him. But we get, I forget where he is now. He went up to Laos. He was in there for a bit. I think he came back over into Thailand. He's up in Nissan now, I think, at the moment. Up with the family. He enjoyed himself. He did a good one in. My brain's not working too much. I pretty feel tired. He's up near where the Friendship Bridge is. Pulling up the other day there. That looks not bad. I wouldn't mind going there actually. Nong Khai. Where he went over into Laos. Chuck's mum from, oh yeah, right. Chuck had an operation on the hip. Some sort of vehicle accident. Oh, that's no good. Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. Vehicle accident over there, you'll all be able to stand on the footpath and you get run over there. Sometimes it's safest to walk on the road. Pretty erratic buddy drivers over there, that's for sure.
You there, Ray?
Yeah, mate.
Oh, there we go. You there, mate?
Yeah, mate, I'm here.
Sorry about that. Just an urgent call come through. That's all.
Oh, you're right.
Just looking at the chat here. Yeah, just speaking about Pedro, he got home today, actually.
I did back to Australia.
Yeah, he's back home. I told him about the show tonight, but he'll be down the soccer club tonight.
Oh, he'd be
He's
on
gone
the
down to the soccer club, which he loves very much.
Yeah, fair enough.
Who we got in the chat? We've got Ghetto Matt, Richard Martin, Mr. Balding, and Mr. Martin again. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Much appreciated. Very good. I see that Joe's going to join us shortly.
Is he? Oh, cool.
Yes, I see in the where it's the private chat or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
He said he's going to join us soon.
Yeah, I was talking briefly to Joe the other day, actually. Just waiting
Oh,
for
good. I haven't caught up with him in a while. Be good to see him.
Yeah,
Good.
be good. Yeah, I didn't. He was waiting for a delivery, so he had to go. That's cool. He's setting things up over there.
Was that Joe? That means Titanium be right there finishing dinner.
No, that's me.
Oh, righto. No worries, mate. No worries.
There you go, Steve.
Mr. Morris. Long time no see, Steve. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Good to see you. You're saying about Pete's just come back from Australia, come back from the land of smiles. Mr. Morris, greetings from Bangkok, Sukhumvit, Soy 11, Thailand. The old German beer house. Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah, Pete wasn't there long, was he?
A month. He's there 4 weeks.
Was he? No, right.
Yeah, 4 weeks. My wife was saying today, we were talking about, she said, oh, gee, time flies quickly.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I said yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Thank you, Mr. Balding. Yes, it was quite a, prolonged conversation with young Ben the other night. I hope he's all right. He looks good. He looks like he's on the mend. He looks like he's coming good, I hope.
Oh, yeah. Would not be fucking breath.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Anyway.
Had a guts full of sushi and sake this afternoon.
Yeah, right.
I'm feeling good.
Might have a bourbon in a minute, I think. That 1 or 2 anyway.
Yeah, go for it, mate. Go for it.
I was going to
Yeah,
go over.
really. I thought we were going to jump on about 7:30, but thanks for the early start.
Yeah. Well, that one said he might call to jump on if we're on about this time, but I haven't seen him.
Who's that?
Owen.
Oh, right, yeah, no worries.
I was talking to him the other day, Philip Fellas the other night, and they said, like bloody, there's not many streams to get on where there's no drama or some bloody self-promoting bloody Kiwi dickheads on, and all that sort of shit.
All right.
I said, no, put one on, see if you want to have one or whatever, but a lot of the other fellas, Zimmy's working, but he,
So joined us, Ray, and the Patayan.
Yeah.
Thanks for that compliment, Mr. Martin. That's Richard Martin. That's much appreciated, mate. Said he enjoys the videos.
Yeah.
I actually saw the Dead Farang pop around the other day. We're having a little bit of a chat, and I said, "Oh, what do you reckon of this?" And I just started fiddling with the video, and of some of the stuff I did that the little boy took last year. We were in Thailand in November. Might get around to finishing that.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, we'll see how we go, mate. Yeah, see how we go. Oh, jeepers. Oh well, we didn't win the cricket. It was a draw. We retained the Ashes, but I suppose that's the main thing, Ray?
Oh well, they got Rolf Harris. What's his name, bloody? It was Rolf Harris. They got his ashes,
wasn't he?
Yeah, well, they got his ashes.
Yeah. They could have him, as far as I'm concerned. Oh God.
I watched a little bit of that thing Ray put up. That documentary.
Oh yes. I've got that. I saw that. I must get around to checking that out myself.
It was pretty much.
It's about the history of the Australian Aboriginals.
Yeah. Well, they've had a rough sort of thing, but bloody, they do stress it a little bit here and there, sort of thing. But needless to say, sort of thing, they need to be. That it's not a very. I think it would have been done a few years back, that documentary. But there's been a lot of people out there helping them and that, but there's still so much bloody can be done for them, sort of thing. But the ones that are squawking about it, mainly, and all that sort of shit, they're not likely to do any fucking thing for them. That's the part that burns me up, sort of thing. They're not going to go out there and bloody help them out.
You're right.
Yeah, there is a lot of. I was talking to a friend of mine. He worked with Aborigines most of his political life. He's that politician. They got that friend of mine I was telling you about.
Yes, right. Yes.
And he sort of, he said they do need some sort of more representation. He said, but the way they're going about it, it's useless, But anyway, they do a really bloody statement of the heart. But they're going on about, oh yeah, it'll fit on an A4 size sheet. It's 11 fucking 23 pages.
What? Really? No, really?
Yeah,
24 pages? No, I thought. I read it. I thought it was only about 500 or 600 words.
That's an abbreviated one, but apparently the full one goes for about 23 pages. Apparently.
Oh, right. Well, the abbreviated one's reasonable. I don't know what. That's abridged. I don't know what the larger one's like.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sick to death of the whole fucking thing, to be honest. I just
it's not going to get up, mate. There's not a chance in Hades it's going to get up.
Just fucking all this virtue signaling and guilt tripping and shit like that's a part that's bugging the hell out of me. You don't need to listen to that shit,
No way in the world.
And nothing against it. You got to be a hypocrite to be a bloody. You got to be a hypocrite to be a bloody racist in Australia, because fucking hell, the country got built by multiculturalism sort of thing, But anyway, yeah, politics. I think it's the biggest scourge I know I've got in society, to be honest.
You're right.
Yeah.
Steve Morris just gave us a tip, courtesy of Trev. He reckons the top restaurant on Soy 23.
Oh yeah.
Let's get round to checking that out.
Yeah.
Try food on. Try the Sri Trap.
Yeah, Sri.
Sringbit Road. I saw recently they advertised, speaking of Thailand, that old Thaksin Shinawatra is going to be coming back to Thailand on the 10th. They announced all that. He was going to, made a big deal out of it in the papers. He's coming back on the 10th of August.
I
think I saw an article. It was either Thursday or even yesterday that no, that's been postponed. He's not coming back at the moment until they work out who the government is. But it seems to be a bit of a crime that the party that got the majority of votes in the election, the Move Forward Party, they're not going to get a berth. They're not going to get anywhere near it. The minor parties are going to try and form a coalition government, without them. So I think, how's that democratic?
It's not. It doesn't sound too democratic to me at all.
No. Anyway, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
It's early days in Thailand as far as the new government's concerned.
Yeah, right.
Yes, Mr. Balding, he's going to be arrested on arrival. He's aware of that, but I venture to say that he's not going to go to a normal prison because of his age and his medical ailments. They'll put him in a special holding place. Whether it be a prison hospital or something like that. But I doubt whether it'll be in jail too long. Suddenly there might be a king's pardon that might pop up. And he's released. That's not going to surprise me one bit.
Yeah, right. Like Richard Martin just said, went down Walker Street. All he saw was groups of Indians standing there as if they were in a circle jack trying.
Huh.
They're going to call them multi-mongers over there, apparently.
I saw an article about they took down all the overhead signs in Walking Street. The signs that were out hanging over the road, in case there was an emergency. It wouldn't inhibit the fire trucks coming down the street.
Pretty good.
They reckon it looks quite placid now of a night time.
Yeah,
You know, without all the neon lights all over the street.
it was pretty densely fucking built. You know, it'd be a good idea to be able to get a. You know, you don't want any obstructions there. I suppose that's a pretty clever idea.
Steve Morris is talking about the Thai elite visa. Very smart, Steve. Very, very smart move. Good on you. Talking about getting the Thai elite visa. It's doing that, over a 20-year basis, it's sort of, in the long run, it's a lot cheaper than getting other visas and flying in and out and going to other countries and coming back. But very smart move, Steve. Very smart move indeed.
You've got to go and get a stamp, I suppose, every now and again, don't you? That's about it.
That's all, I think. It is. All you've got to do is just zoom down to the immigration office. I think it's every 3 months. But I was speaking to the DF about it, the dead frung about it the other day.
Yeah.
He reckons it's the top idea to pursue.
Oh, cool. Yeah, my bloody dreams of bloody retiring over there in the like a millionaire got dashed again the other day because some other bastard won me $100 million. See, two winning numbers won a day. One person got 50 million, another one, the other side was bloody the big syndicate. Bloody Powerball.
Exit to Thailand, leaving the MCG. Collingwood getting, what's that? Pants by Hawthorn. Oh, God. Pantsed. That's an interesting bit of terminology, isn't it?
I'd say they're not getting a good time there, I suppose. So I often say thrown over the back fence, but that'll do.
Oh, jeepers. I don't know what we've got on tonight, but I think I'll be having an early one tonight somehow.
Yeah, fair enough.
Guts full of sushi and sake late this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'll sleep all the night. I was going to go to this. They got a big car show on tomorrow, Grease Fest, it's called. Fucking thousands of cars.
Yes.
No, I'm not going to go there, man. You got to park and walk about a mile just to get into the fucking place,
Oh, Jesus. I don't know about that.
I'm just I've got someone that's going to polish the fucking thing for me, so I can get it into the auctions, the food van, get it going. Fuck, I'm sick of that thing. So
that's the food van?
Yeah, I've never had something bite me on the ass so badly as that fucking thing has, eh? I'm just going to get it in the auctions and just take what I get for it.
Oh, you'll get good dollar for that, Ray. You'll get good dollar.
I've got a lot of good cookers. I've got a bloody one of those steamer oven things outside. It's about fucking $6,000 worth alone.
I don't think you'll have any problem, mate. That'll go sooner or later.
Yeah, I just need to get a pot cleaned up a little bit, make it look a bit more presentable. It's been sitting around too long, I don't want to do any more work on the fucking thing. Not getting any more bites on that car out there. It'll go eventually, but I don't know. I'm fucking sick of work, mate. I just want to retire. I keep getting people trying.
I know the feeling.
Every time I bloody say I'm fucking retiring, mate, I'm not doing it anymore. So I'll pay you more money because they can't get anybody to do the work. Not, fucking hell. You'll sell the rabbit, yeah, right? Get see if you can go in on it with bloody Cooch. That'll be a laugh.
Oh yeah, I remember when Rabbit was talking about he was going to get a food van, and I don't know who it was, asked him. They said, "Oh, how much do you reckon he'll pay for a food van?" And he said, "Oh, between $2,000 and $2,500." And I said, "Oh, yeah, good luck with that."
Cooch sent him some money. Anyway, Rabbit was just trolling him. It was fucking hilarious. He never give him the money back either.
Now, what? Yeah, Cooch sent him $100 or something.
Yeah, something like that. I thought it was fucking hilarious. 100 or 200. How much that was sold? That was hilarious, eh?
Cooch sent him $100 to make some recipes or something, wasn't
it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. So he could. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. And he can, buddy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well,
fusion or something. I can think of fucking Rabbit. That's how he trolls. But anyway, no, he fucking cracks me up, that bloke.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was,
man.
yeah, it's so good, reckons. What he was making a jackfruit curry.
Yes.
Never heard of jackfruit curry in all my life. That Rabbit was going to make it. Oh God, jackfruit curry.
He went over to Iceland or Greenland or some bloody thing for a little bit there, if I remember right. Fucking hell. There you go, Henry.
G'day, Henry. Yeah, Henry's on the money. Exeter, Thailand, straight over Punt Road to the Titty Bar. Yeah. Hope all those uni students through their studies.
I don't say that to Zimmy over there. He's got a thing for bloody uni students.
Oh, has he? Oh, righto.
He likes the ones in Thailand. He said, "Oh, they're fucking beautiful." He says, "Yeah, what do you tell old mate?"
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Well, Zimmy must be working, I suppose.
Yeah, he's working.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of it either, Sol.
Yeah,
I don't know if it even exists. I've never heard of jackfruit curry.
Obviously, the land of rabbit.
Yeah, in the land of rabbit. Who was it the other day? I think it was Old Man was saying that he reckons rabbit is the most boring live stream he's ever heard in his life. Oh God.
Oh man, cracked me up something terrible, eh? He's a funny bastard.
Oh, there's some funny blokes on.
Oh yeah. It cracks me up. Rabbit, I always love the way he trolls, a lot of people don't realise he's trolling. He just when he goes on about it, he comes down on, like bar girls and shit like that. He's only fucking bullshit,
Yeah, of course.
He fucking literally.
Cambo's over in Thailand at the moment, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, good luck to him. I hope he's enjoying himself.
Sportsman,
I think he's down south in. He was telling me he's down south in Phuket.
Yeah.
He's in Phuket. And Patong, I think he said he was.
Yeah, Patong, yeah.
Yeah, good luck to him. Goodness.
Sure. Yeah, my mate is watching the game at Soy 13 at the Sportsman's Bar. They have an Aussie meat pie. Yeah, I'm sure the sort of monitor lizard though.
Yeah.
Claws.
That Sportsman Bar in Soy 13 with Pete a couple of times last year. That's a good little bar, that, Ray. That Sportsman's Bar.
Soy 13, I haven't been there.
Pardon me?
I haven't been there myself.
Oh, it's a good little place. It's a pommy bar. It's a pommy bar, but it's a good bar. It's big and and there's no girls in the joint except for the waitresses, but they all speak good English, and you come in there and they ask you your name and what would you like to drink, and they remember your name all night. They speak to you all night. By name. So that's good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I think they put it on your bill. Your name is on the bill. What table you're at. But that's nice.
Yeah,
they come out. Oh, here's your beer, John. Thanks very much.
Yeah. Oh well, you give that sort of service here, because you know.
Yeah, we were speaking to a girl there. Nice girl. She was in her early 30s. Said she'd been to Australia and lived in Australia. She married an Australian bloke, but they separated, and and she came back to Thailand. But she had a master's degree. Spoke very good English, and very well educated. But she's got a master's degree, and she's working in a bar. You think cheapest creepers. She wouldn't be getting paid too much in the bar. That's for sure. She's working as a waitress.
Yeah.
She's a nice girl. She certainly looked after us well at the table. I think we gave her a decent tip too.
Excellent. Looking for something different, buddy.
Exit reckons he's into the Wanderer Bar later on tonight.
Oh yeah.
Where's that? The Wanderer Bar. Not sure where that is.
Melbourne, yeah, right.
What's the weather like up in Queensland, Ray?
Oh, nice. Been a bit cloudy the last few days, but it's not too bad. Nothing. It's cool, I think it's about 12, 14. It'll be about 14 degrees there, 15 degrees there at the moment. Probably a little bit more. There you go, Zimmy.
Oh, just speaking about you, Zimmy. Pleased to join us, mate. Pleased to join us. We actually thought you might have been working.
Yeah, I think he is. Like, he's hard to get a decent job, what kind of job in Thailand these days, yeah, right?
Are you working, Zimmy, or you're working, or have you got the night off, mate?
Taking it double time.
Taking a dump on double time. Oh, yeah, righto. He's working. Yeah. You know, good luck to him. Good luck to him.
Pee Wee fucking Herman, what's his name? That fucking Pee Wee Herman died during the week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
watched,
was.
I watched that big Pee Wee Big Adventure year when I was years and years ago. When I was stand up in tits, I pissed myself laughing, mate. Something different.
He was a very prolific, comedian on, American, TV. He used to do kids shows, didn't he?
I don't know about the kids shows, but fucking he felt a bit of a fall of grace there from one stage too. But
I don't know what happened to him. He caught flashing or something in the toilet or something, wasn't he? Or
he got caught whacking off in a fucking
picture theatre. Yeah, righto.
But I suppose it could be worse.
Get caught whacking off in a picture theatre. You'd have to be desperate, wouldn't you?
Oh, well, fair enough. I just thought that was fucking hilarious. But anyway, I didn't know. But the only thing he'd beat was his fucking old fella, Yeah, he's working overtime tonight. TH, what's the trademark? Fucking something like that for your name, is it?
Yeah, well, you get caught doing that sort of stuff. It sticks, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's all over your hands and all over the wall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
As I was saying to Zippy before, he said, you got to shake his hand. Whenever you got to shake his hand, you want to make sure he washes the bastards first.
Indeed. Left myself wide open there, Ray.
Yeah.
But, how many hundred people we got watching us, Ray? How many hundred people? Let's have a look here. 200, 300, 400 or something?
Yeah, we got 120.
Oh, 120 people watching. Oh, we're on the way.
Yeah. Heard it could live up in these full time.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I was talking to Joe the other day. He was just waiting for a fridge to turn up or something.
Waiting for what? A fridge?
Yeah, a fridge, I think. Getting his little fucking business set up. Oh, good on him.
Oh, good on him.
Yeah.
He seems to have settled into Thailand all too well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's enjoying it there.
Yeah, he's loving it. He's loving it.
I'll start making plans when I get a bit of kick, get the money back in the fucking bank, I think.
We were looking at airfares the other day with Deb Farang, and we saw an airfare Melbourne to Bangkok one way. I think it was $547 flying Thai. You can't complain at that price.
No.
And that was sort of, that wasn't long-term booking. That was relatively near future booking.
Yeah.
I thought, you can't complain there.
Yeah.
It was with 20 kilo of luggage and 7 carry-on and and a couple of in-flight meals and all that. And, that's a good fare.
Yeah.
Good fare.
Give me one of those halal meals, what the fuck's this shit?
Oh.
I didn't order that shit. No, thanks.
When I went over, there was this Sheila on the flight. Oh, she would have been a middle-aged woman. She was a Muslim woman by the look of her. The way in which she was dressed, and she was one of the first to be served. Obviously, she ordered a special meal. And she was one of the first to be served. And she was in they have got 2 aisles on those. What is it? Those, I think it was A360s. I think it was the flight. And she in sort of a not the same aisle that I was on, but the next one over. You know, the Sheila came over and bought this meal, and she's taken one look at it. No, that's good, and that's good. You know, I ordered such and such, and she's sort of abusing the Thai, Sheila, and get me something else. So anyway, the Thai, Sheila's come back in about 2 or 3 minutes time and given her something else, and she's opened the top of it. Oh, and she complained again, and the Thai hostie, and that was about another 5 minutes, and the Thai Sheila's got out, the hostie's got out, and she's come back with a third meal. The third meal. Oh, well, anyway, this Muslim Sheila, she stacked on a real ball and gave it to the Thai hostie, and and it went on for about 10 minutes. And I thought this one hostess has taken 15 minutes to serve this one woman. Meanwhile, we're waiting on the other side. On the other side of the the aisle to be served. And this woman said, she's got priority, over everyone else in the plane. I thought, God, fuck me,
Still throwing a rock at it, don't you?
Oh, Christ, it was just totally ignorant. And she was loud and putting on a show, and she was putting on a real act. And I thought to myself, you inconsiderate bitch, like you're not the only one on the fucking flight.
I was like that fucking Chinese shit on the way back. I was supposed to have an empty seat beside me. That thing fucking stuck her ass in it. And I go, what the fuck? And I had a grizzle lad on my bed, and they did nothing. So I go, well, I'll make sure she's not comfortable the whole fucking trip, which I did.
Leave your elbows out on the the chair rests. You leave your elbows about 6 inches on their side or something.
I did, mate. Elbow her in the ribs and fucking, I was farting and shit and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
I got up there when it blew her fucking face off. Just let a big fucking fart go out, and she got, this shouldn't have been there. Fuck it, Anyway, whatever.
Oh, God. I've been lucky in recent years, the three of us fly over, you get 3 seats in a row, and, there's nothing worse being on the aisle seat, and, someone by the window wants to, get out and go to the toilet, half a dozen times, and, I get up and over the person in the middle, and then you've got to get out of your seat, and and then you go and sit down, and they go for a piss, and they come back again. You got to get out of your seat again and let them in, and fuck.
You don't sleep, do you?
No, no way in the world. No way in the world. Yeah, well,
you get it first.
You get it first. It's still warm. Throws a spanner in the works when you ask them for a beer and a packet of pork rind. Good on you, Henry. Oh, yeah.
Trouble.
Oh. Yeah.
Look at that. Really.
Yes, I noticed that with Thai internationalists. They, once upon a time, you'd have your meal and you'd have a wine with your meal, and then they'd walk up the corridor and they'd have a bottle of white wine in one hand and a bottle of red in the other one, and can I top up your drink, sir? Like you've got to ask them for a drink nowadays.
Yeah, right.
You got to ask them for a drink. Like I used to be half pissed by the time I used to get off the plane in the old days. I used to have really good French wines on it at once, many years ago. Like $40, $50 bottles of of French wine. They sort of after dinner, and they poured your extra glass of wine. You'd go down there, back of the plane, and say there was hostess, any wine left, and 9 times out of 10 they'd just give you the bottle. You'd sit by the the shit house where the hostess station was, and you'd be drinking bottles of wine, bottles of wine with the hosties all night.
Yeah, right.
I remember I fell off the plane one night. I was pissed out of me brain. Had a bottle of I think it was Mouton Cadet or something. $40, $50 bottle of wine. I had one corked up, which they had about a couple of glasses at it, and I was necking one coming down the stairs, You know, one under my arm, and a neck and one. Jesus,
Yeah.
it was full that night. That's great. Being pissed on red wine, and sort of, if they open up the, the door of the plane, you got to walk down the stairs onto the tarmac in the stinking heat. God, that hits you like a brick.
Yeah. Remember years ago, the Qantas used to give you free piss, My mate used to go to the Philippines all the time, and fucking hell. By the time when he got drunk, he was a bricky, Now, Monty, every time when he got too pissed, his old head would go back and over to one side. Fucking stagger off that plane when they got to Manila. Fucking hell. He should write himself off. That was going back, it would have been in the 90s, I suppose, 80s.
Yeah. Zimmy must be on a bit of time delay on the video. He's talking about and he's talking about the price of airline flights. I think. What do you pay back in the 80s for the flights? You used to be able to get Thai Airways have always been up around, 900, $1,000, return. For an air flight to Thailand, they've always been up around, around the grand mark. But you used to be able to get an Alitalia flight, an Alitalia flight, direct flight from Melbourne to Bangkok for $640 return.
Yeah.
The only problem was, you got on the plane and it smelt like olive oil, and your feet stuck to the carpet, and But they were in the days you could get on board and as soon as you're on board, you pull out your smokes. You start smoking all the way to Bangkok.
Yeah, right.
It's a long time since that's happened. Smoking on board a plane. Oh, it's all changed. It's all changed. Every flight's got one of those. What are they called? An air marshal on them now, don't they?
Yeah, all they got, I suppose. Since all that bloody 9/11 shit happened,
Yeah, well, yeah, right. Yeah.
People play up on there too sometimes. 22.8, I think it is at the moment at the boarding. Yeah, the bar's gone down a little.
Yeah, it's around, just under 23, I think it is. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll just check, have a quick look to answer his question exactly. We'll get this up here. I'm going to take a second.
Yeah.
Hey, Super Rich. You'll be on the money, Ray. You'll be on the money. Come on, think, computer. Oh, it's Saturday night. It's slow. Everybody in the world's on it in Australia.
Yeah, I just had a look a minute ago. It was 22.8, I think.
Oh, well, that's what it is then.
What is it? 22.837.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Yeah, Qantas is down that fucking little. I see that little dwarf bloody. What's his name? Little fag that was running the bloody Qantas. Getting around to Albanese. I always thought they were those people getting it on.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. So you're up for a quiet one tonight, Ray, after we finish, or watch a bit of TV or something like that?
Yeah, watch a bit of TV. I can turn the heater on. I think a bit coolish. Just bloody relax. I'm not doing anything. Any bastard tries to disturb me tomorrow, they're going to get a rude awakening.
Yeah? You're sleeping in tomorrow?
No, I'm just going to lizard around, watch a bit of TV and shit, watch a bit of Netflix and stuff. I've been watching Vikings again, just started from the start.
Yes, yes.
I'm sort of back up to the 15th. Just started on the 6th season. I've always seen it all before, but
that was on SBS, wasn't it?
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, it's a good series here. A couple of shows I've seen on that.
Very
realistic. Very good series.
There was a Ragnar Lothbrok, and that bloody Ivor the Boneless, his son, and all that sort of stuff. They actually did exist, but this is obviously it's been it's been bloody like Hollywood eyes, so to speak. You know what I mean? Sort of. I think about their names is about the only thing in relation to the fucking what the actual fact on the movie. You know what I mean? But they're dirty bastards. The way they live. In the morning when they all wake up, they'd they pass a bowl around and all blow their nose and spit and bloody
Oh.
face in it and all that sort of shit, you know. Gargle it and spit it back in there again. They pass it
Oh,
around.
please.
They used to dress their wounds with that shit.
Please.
There's one movie. What was it? 13th Warrior, I think it was called. With that Antonio Banderas, and it was a good movie. He was Arab, and he had to go with these Vikings, you know, and all these Vikings were laughing at him because he had a fucking Arab horse, which is a lot smaller because they were all riding around big men, you know, and like draft horses and shit like that, you know.
Yes.
They sort of like, you know, they had those big axes and shit like that, and they just thought he was, you know, like a little girl sort of thing, you know. But anyway, that was a good movie. That I enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm just looking at the TV guide here. I don't think there's too much on here tonight.
No. Flick it on Netflix or something. There's never anything you're going to get on normal TV is a bit of virtue signalling, and you know, late at night you might get a few gay fucking hookup fucking sites or something, you know, whatever. That's what they seem to be putting on TV all the time now, you know. Fuck.
Joe's just joined us in the chat. G'day, my two Bart. How are you, mate?
Yeah, Joe.
Thanks for joining us, Joe. His ears must have been burning, Ray.
Yeah, it must have been.
Well, you're saying you're settling into Thailand very well, Joe, and you're enjoying the place.
Enjoying it.
Good. I don't know what's on TV. Not too much on TV tonight.
Nah.
All the reruns of Big Bang series. They've been on 400 times.
Yeah. Yeah, well, TV, you know, there's not much on there to watch, you know. Look,
Nah.
I was watching that bloody Aussie Gold Hunters and shit like that for a while, you know. But I've got one of those fetch boxes that records it.
Yes.
The weirdos. Even the news, I just record the news and I just flick it through. I don't like watching a lot of the shit on there. See Trump at the moment, they're all going, oh no, he did this and yeah, now we bloody are trying to get him for what's that latest one, the bloody a coup. God, they're scared of him. If he gets in there, man, he's going to rip him in your arsehole. I hope they do.
Good.
Oh, it's some bullshit, aren't they? They
Yes,
don't want
mate.
Yes, fucking hell.
Well, just looking at some ad here on the TV guy. Got that Korean group K-pop. Something, you know, those little young Korean Sheilas.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, don't you wish you were young again?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, but what you know now would be even fucking better.
Well, yeah. If you knew what you knew now when you were young,
Oh,
it'd be a different story.
make it a
You wouldn't
few.
be taking one. You just wouldn't be taking one at a time, would you?
Oh, no, you'd be fucking catching up to the ones you miss out on when you get older.
Yeah, exactly, right. Exactly. My old man said, never knock back a root, no matter what.
Yeah,
He said, everyone you miss out on, he said, no matter what, you'll never make up for it.
exactly.
He was right.
Yep, exactly. You're never going to catch up.
You'll never catch up. There's no point going to bed of a night time and saying you're too tired, I'll have a root in the morning. He said, don't be stupid. He said, root him in the night time, and then he said, wake up in the morning and give him another root.
Exactly. Exactly. That's always been my logic. Never knock one back, otherwise you're never going to catch up on it.
Yeah. He also said, when you go out, he said, when you go out to a dance, if you're going out to a dance or a disco, he said, pick the ugliest Sheila in the joint, he said.
Yeah, no one wants it.
Yeah, he said, always pick the ugliest Sheila in the joint. He said, you're guaranteed to fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, well, fucking every bloke in his
No point picking the prettiest Sheila in the joint. You're always up for a fight, or you go compete with another half a dozen blokes, and
Oh, yeah. Exactly. You know, he's like, fuck, you don't know who the fuck she was with before she was in there anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, the plainer ones, you get no problem. You're laughing there, you know.
Same still applies in Thailand when you go up to Thailand. You're like, everyone wants to fancies the prettiest Sheila in the joint, and you call her over and offer her a drink. Like you're offering a drink, next some other bloke at a table that they've bought her a drink and they disappear, and what the fuck happened then?
on a boat cruise once, and there's an Aussie woman, though, she's married, and she was fucking, she was so radiant, so to speak, like whenever you saw her, she always had a smile on her face, sort of thing, She was just thinking, God, he's a lucky bastard having her. It was just something about her that always fucking, God, she was lovely. But fucking, you get them once occasionally, But I don't know. Maybe she'd just be type, I suppose. I don't know. But fucking, she was lovely.
Yeah, Joe's got it there. The prettiest Sheila is probably a he in Thailand. Yeah, that's right. He's spot on. It's very true.
And they reckon that the best looking women, most beautiful women in Thailand have got a dick.
Yeah, well, they're not women, are they?
No.
They're black tits.
We used to go into town when we were young, and fucking get on the piss and run amok them, all sorts of shit. And one of my mates, old Bucket, he was a bit of a pants man, and he was always bragging about his exploits. Anyway, he picked one up in there, and he went missing. We said, oh, yeah, we'll see what happens. The next day we saw him. He's pretty fucking quiet, Anyway, fucking, was there to get on last night. This didn't want to talk about it. Turned out it was a fucking he, it was a fucking tranny. Anyway, he didn't have the we had to get him drunk a few weeks later before he told us the details, But he fucking he's terrified of me.
Golly.
Yeah, we went to grab her on snatch and get a handful of nuts and bolts. There's a nut. Fuck that. He can fuck off. Oh, fucking hell.
I'm trying to read Mr. Bording's last comment, but just though his last word he's written there, I have that emoji side of a heart.
Yeah.
And you can never read the last word of the first sentence. Oh God.
Man, son.
What's it got? Who's tried with a musselman? Ha ha ha. I don't know what the word before that is.
Man, son.
Oh, mama son. Oh, yeah, right.
Mama son, is it not? Mama son.
Well, I used to know a mama son. Like
for
years and years and years. I used to, I always used to make my business and go for her at least one or two nights. On my stay in Thailand.
Yeah.
Known her for about 40 years. She'd be over 70 now. She's older than me. She's a couple of years older than me.
Oh, she'd be a dry argument now.
Be grey. Oh no! Well, they all put their hair dye in, mate.
Yeah,
They cost a fortune down at Safeway. The amount of hair dye my missus buys. Every time we go down to Safeway, she's buying hair dye. Christ almighty.
Oh, I nearly shit my pants. I was trying to fart and I nearly shit my pants.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Who's side of the mama son? Here we go. Oh yeah, she was a good sort in her day. That Sheila. I know.
Yeah.
She married a Swedish bloke. And she was with him a couple of years. And she poisoned him. She got all his money. He had a couple of mil.
Yeah, right.
And came back to Thailand and worked for a couple of years. And then she met a pommy bloke. And he had 2-3 times the amount of money. And she's married him for, I think 2 or 3 years. And then he died. And the rumour is she poisoned him again.
Oh, yeah.
Poisoned him, and she got the $5 million off of him. That was a court case. She had to fight his family, but she got the money. She got good lawyers. She got the money. And I was sort of, tossing up, whether, I should marry her or marry my current wife, And I thought to myself, well, she's murdered 2 blokes. What makes me exempt?
No.
So I chose my lovely wife, and I think I made the right move.
Owed your money. I remember I was watching a documentary, years and years, probably in the 30s or something, around there. I'm just hypothetically saying that. It could have been in Sydney or Brisbane, I forget now. Anyway, they had a big rat problem. And the council was giving out, I think it was 3 bottles of bloody poison, like Dildren or some bloody thing or whatever like that,
Yeah.
To poison the fucking rats. Anyway, but all of a sudden, all these fucking husbands started dying, dropping dead all over the fucking city. You know? There was a poison in it, mate. I pissed myself laughing. I forget what sort of poison. It could have been arsenic. I can't fucking remember, eh? It was because it was meant for them to put the baits out, but they put them out in the wrong place. The old man's fucking dinner.
Oh, please. Oh, God. I think it's arsenic. If you administer it slowly, it can't be traced.
Yeah, I think I've seen something about that. And it can kill them, Just got to do it at the right pace.
But it was a definite, common known fact in Thailand. This Sheila, she murdered her Swiss husband and murdered her second Pommy husband. She used to stand outside the bars, Ray. Mm-hmm. She was, she'd stand outside the bars, and it was virtually impossible for any bloke to walk past her. Yes, I think it is, my dear. It's virtually impossible for any bloke to walk past her. She just had that gift of the gab, and any bloke that was walking down past bar, she'd grab him by the arm and she'd smile at him. And she always used to wear these really brief, black mini skirts, and she was a good sort, and a massive set of jugs on it. She had a big set of jugs on it, and and she'd play up to you and drag you into the bar, and once you're on the seat, she'd bang. She was outside again, pulling someone else into the bar. Yeah, she had a real skill.
Oh, well, fair enough.
I was coming down, walking down. I think it was Pat Pong one night, and she tried to pull me in the bar. Oh, I'm not going in. I'm staying in. I mixed words with her. We were screwing each other on the street, and I came back to Thailand about 6 months later, and she recognised me and I recognised her. Well, anyway, she got me into the bar, and I befriended her after that. Became the closest of friends after that.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, she'd always come back to my room, but when she finished work, and she wouldn't be seen walking down the street with you, but she'd say, "Where, what hotel are you staying in? What room you staying in?" And come 2 o'clock in the morning, or 2:30 in the morning, there'd be a knock on the door, and she'd sit down, and she'd bring out a bag of dope, and you'd sit down and have a few joints, with her, and bang, you're into it, You'd go with daylight,
Yeah. Nice.
I used to pay her money for a taxi fare home, show her money for a taxi, give her a couple of $1,000 baht for a taxi home,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to her. Last time I was over in Thailand, I asked after her, I asked a couple of mates I knew over there who used to work with her, said, where is she? And, and someone said that she was working down at Soy Cowboy, and I went down Soy Cowboy a couple of nights and never saw her, but, she's, she'd be 70 now, still working out in front of bars at the age of 70s, not a bad effort.
Knocking off a couple of hubbies at a few $1 million makes you wonder why she's working at all. It's probably out of the bars.
Oh, I know. When Thai women get the, the taste of the dollar, mate, they're pretty hungry for it.
Oh yeah. Is it any morning? Yeah.
2:30. It's more than good knock on the door. Oh yeah.
Yeah, bloody. I don't know what I'm going to take it easy tomorrow. I think wake up to the markets and get some lunch, I think.
Steve Morris is off. You take care, Steve. Good on you. Dinner time for Steve Morris. He's going to dinner. Thanks for joining us, Steve. Good seeing you.
Have a good dinner.
Yeah, good on him. The Rouge just joined us. G'day, Kanga.
Okay.
Good on him. I spoke to Kanga a little while back.
Yeah.
Had a nice chat. He's a good man, the Kangaroo. A good man.
Mm.
Jump on if you can, Kanga. I think the link's in our in our group chat, mate. If you're keen, you got a bit of time. He's just recently married, isn't he, the kangaroo? I don't think why he'd want to spend time with us when he's got a lovely Thai wife at home with him. You know, he's got his priorities right.
Yep.
Good on him. Oh, jeepers. I might go for a little while longer, Ray, and I might call it a day. I'm slowing down here.
Yeah, me too. I'm up and fucking sleep.
Oh, you've had a busy week, haven't you?
Yeah, but too fucking. I'm trying to fucking back off work, you know. But it's fucking arthritis in your thumb. It's not getting any worse, but I'm trying not to aggravate it any, you know. Which, the bastard, they don't want to bloody pay anything, you know. But they can get fucked. You know, I'm just told him ages a while back there. I said, I'm not doing anything unless I get $50 an hour. Fuck, you know. But anyway, it's possible to get somebody else to do it. Now I've whacked it up again. He offers me more, you know. So I don't mind making, you know, a few $100 for a few hours work.
I heard some rumours recently that they might be going to change the rules on the elite visa in Thailand because someone told me that the immigration department is just inundated at the moment with applications for the elite visa, but you know, in Thailand they reckon there's hundreds of Russians every day, hundreds and hundreds of Russians every day applying for the elite visa.
Yeah.
You know? Well, I suppose you would, wouldn't you, if you're a young bloke and you had a quid in your pocket, you know?
Yeah, right.
Oh, the kangaroo's out for feed. Good on him. Just walked out for a vape. No worries, mate. No worries.
I've got to tell you a story. This dude on there, right? He lived down my mate's place. Anyway, he loves his weed, you know. Anyway, he's finally got the legal stuff, you know what I mean? Anyway, he smokes through this fucking vape. Well, you never, I've been fucking with his head something terrible, eh? But anyway, he gets this shit he's been getting, like, is just too strong. You know, anyway, he's just off his tits. You know, look, he stays down at my mate's place. He got a spare room in his shed. Anyway, the deal was he's supposed to just be there, you know, for an extra set of hands when they're trying to do something, you know, whatever.
Yes.
And since he's been on this shit, you know, he'd be talking to him. He'll start looking at the fucking seal, and then he'll just start muttering to himself and, you know, have a conversation to himself. You had no idea what the fuck he's talking about, you know. Then he'd sort of click out of that and back into the conversation, you know. And he's just, when I was down there, talking about, oh, yeah, this fucking vape's fucking good, man. This shit's fucking awesome, yada, yada, yada. And I go, oh, yeah. Anyway, but he's totally paranoid about gay people. So, you know, the other fucking, I got a fucking little pride flag about 3 inches long.
Oh.
Put it on the side of me. He and me mate had a fucking bet to see how long it before he noticed it. Put it on the side window of his Tarago van, you know. Well, it was actually, mate said he won't see it. He's still hooked off his fucking brain. And anyway, I said, oh, well, sort of see anyway. But anyway, he actually saw it after about 4 days. Anyway, then he fucking, he got a bit upset. And he blamed me mate for it because I put it on there. Anyway, I thought it was fucking hilarious. You know, then he turned around and he sold the van, you know, but he's going to sell it anyway, sort of the, you know. But you know, he's gone and bought a VE Commodore wagon. I said, maybe I wanted another thing on eBay, one of these stickers that says, I'm not gay, but $50 is $50. So I'm going to put that on the back of this one. Hopefully he might split the dummy and want to sell the car cheap, so I'll give him $1,000 for it. Oh, fuck this bloke. He's just so fucking, it's just too strong, this shit, eh? Like, you know.
Oh, that medical marijuana, they reckon that's incredibly strong.
Oh,
you know, it's all hydroponically grown, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what the fuck they do to it. I've had hydro before, you know, but Jesus, it was good shit, you know. But this stuff, apparently, it's just another fucking thing altogether, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, look, please, my days of that are over, mate.
Yeah, me too.
I've had my fair share of it, and you know, in my time, I don't need to be taken up again.
My lungs have been fucked. I've been had this bug thing in my chest, like well, not a virus, I suppose, but just like a chest, like my lungs have been so hard to breathe, you know what I mean? I'm waking up and coughing all the time.
Oh, jeepers.
Tougher than that anyway. But night time, I'm trying to sleep and I just keep coughing all the time, waking up all the time because I've got a CPAP machine. And anyway, sort of, as soon as I put that on, it aggravates the sort of thing that makes me start coughing. But anyway, it's sort of pretty much settled down there. I started getting a bit of honey. I can probably half a teaspoon of honey and put it in the back of my mouth and just let it mix with just saliva and just sort of, get in the back of my throat, onto the itchy part sort of thing, that seemed to work. Anyway.
Oh, honey's great stuff, I reckon they found honey in the pyramids, which is, still edible, after thousands of years.
Oh, yes, it's beef, it's one of those nature's fucking miracle thing, like food, whatever, so to speak. It's got a lot of things going for it.
That's a bit of a worry about honey. What's that? I think the bees have got some sort of, blight or something where, there's some sort of disease and it's, killing them off by, the hives by the millions.
Yeah.
And I think, they were talking about Australia hadn't got it yet, up until a couple of years ago. But I think that, up north they've got, that infestation of it, that it would be nice and fucked if, there's no bees around.
Oh, fuck, the plants. All the bloody commercial stuff now, they've got these massive, big fucking hydroponic bloody setups, and I suppose they'd be pollinated basically artificially, I suppose, because they put hormones and everything in those, like tomatoes and all that sort of shit now. It's amazing what they can fucking do, but nature, that's how fucking, food, that's how plants grow, it's going to be pollinated.
Yes.
But,
I think I read something that instead of bees, where is it, all the almond crops up in some place is it America? One of the states, they grow massive amounts of almonds, and we know what an almond tree is like, when it's in blossom, like this, covered in white, white flowers. I think they said they were using, was it some sort of fly or something to pollinate the tree as opposed to bees?
Oh, yeah. That's clever. Yeah, that bloody, I was talking to my mate the other day, and he said 2 days ago, a big swarm went through his property. He's got a few acres. Yeah, so they don't want to nest around my fucking house, he says, because you get rid of a hive, you've got to fucking take the moles away, otherwise they come straight back. Yeah, I mean,
it's just recording. Yeah, they reckon. Yeah, he said that that Manuka honey is meant to be be healing. That's what is that a New Zealand honey from New Zealand or from a special tree? I'm not sure. I've never tried it, to be honest.
You wonder it's health. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, well, that bloody.
When I go up to Aldi, I buy my honey up there. It's quite reasonable. I think we've got orange blossom honey or something like that. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's a bloody. It's amazing what bees can do. I watched a documentary once about alternative medicine, so to speak. And this woman, she had chronic fatigue syndrome. Anyway, they were trying to bloody fix her up anyway. They couldn't anyway. So basically, she was grey. She was dying basically. Anyway, she got onto this guy that was talking about bee sting therapy. Anyway, she never heard of it before. Anyway, she went and talked to this guy. Anyway, this is in the US somewhere. Obviously, bloody mainstream medicine they don't acknowledge it, so to speak. But anyway, he ended up putting a few bees around her neck, sort of thing. Got a few bee stings and stuff like that. And it obviously doesn't work on a lot of people because of bee stings can kill them. But anyway, she was okay. And anyway, she had to go back every few weeks for more stings, sort of thing, around her neck and all that. Within a few months, she was out in the yard, running around with the kids, fucking playing with the grandkids and all that sort of stuff. And she was sort of totally healed. It's amazing how things like that can transpire, because an old dude I used to know years ago was an industrial chemist, and he always said that just about every natural aliment's got a natural, obviously, an enzyme to heal it. So to speak. It's just a matter of finding it,
Yeah.
It's amazing, There's there was another guy. I was reading about one time. He made hog feed for a living in America. Anyway, his wife was bipolar. He had 4 kids, and 2 of the kids were bipolar.
Oh,
and
gee.
they're all on lithium, and they're off their fucking rockers half the time. Anyway, he noticed when he went to some of the pig farms, he made food, pig food for some strains of the pigs, because they breed all their own pigs, obviously, in these pig farms. Were really aggressive in some way, and he could adjust their behaviour by the amount of vitamins and minerals that he put in their foods. Anyway, and he thought, well, maybe it might work in people. So anyway, his son, he was all for it. And anyway, he put himself up as a guinea pig, and his old man started giving him all the different combinations of for vitamins and minerals. I mean, within 2 years, they had him off the lithium altogether, and he's living a normal life.
Good stuff.
Yeah, but yeah.
Speaking of all that sort of stuff, you said that one of these latest controversies with regards to global warming, and all the methane and various gases in the atmosphere. They started to blame cows, for all the global warming that's going on, but I don't know who discovered it. I think it was some Australian farm that they feed their cows seaweed. They supplement their food with seaweed. And they reckon that cuts them down from farting by by so many hundreds of percent. And I thought, well, that's interesting. There's plenty of seaweed out there.
I think there's a fucking lot of methane above fucking Parliament House too. But another thing, I used to love reading, about different things. Methane, when you rotting plants can produce methane as well too, especially if it's under pressure.
Yeah, too right.
I was watching this one thing about the Bermuda Triangle because I was always fascinated with it sort of thing. I thought there's got to be some sort of scientific thing, because all the conspiracy shows are all saying, oh yeah, some fucking aliens and stuff, but what's the thing? One time there's a square rigger race, these ships called square rigger race through part of the what do you call the Bermuda Triangle, and they had actually literally had a camera on a ship that just dropped into the ocean. They never saw it again. It just dropped straight into the ocean, and they had it filmed. Anyway, what this scientist come out with, he says, underneath the ocean, he says there's there's what would you call it, vegetation that's sort of the oceans have sunk and risen over the millions and millions of years. Anyway, it's like the English Channel. Under the English Channel, that's all used to be forest sort of thing, and it's all sort of underneath all the mud and all that sort of shit now sort of thing, but underneath this one part of the Bermuda Triangle, there's all this decomposed, so to speak, not so decomposing, what would you call it, bloody vegetation sort of thing. And every now and again, it releases pockets of bloody methane gas. Anyway, and when it comes up to the surface, if there's something floating above it, it aerates the water and it just drops straight into the water because, it's got no buoyancy. Anyway, and if it's methane gas, it can come out. The gas comes out, it can float up into the atmosphere, and as it's going up, if there's a plane going over, the methane gas takes the oxygen out, and the engines can't run, and the engines cut out too.
I saw something about that. I heard something about that.
Fucking interesting, that, and it sort of makes a lot of sense, sort of thing, and because he did an experiment he released methane gas underneath the thing in a big tub sort of thing, so you could see it. And anyway, you could see the methane coming up, and there was a ship going like a boat sort of thing along the top of in the tub sort of thing. It was like a pool thing, like a swimming pool size sort of thing. Anyway, you could see it just as soon as it aerated the water under it, it just dropped. It was only a model boat, just dropped anyway. Then then another part there, he had a little model engine, little model plane engine sort of running above it. And as soon as the methane gas hit it, he just cut straight out.
Amazing.
It makes a lot of sense,
Mm. See that last comment of Joe's there about seaweed cuts down on methane? No, the missus eats seaweed and she hasn't cut down on methane.
Fair enough. Oh yeah.
I bought some seaweed today down at the Japanese shop to have some sushi, and I was out here, I was doing something out in the back room, and the missus made all the food and put down on the table. By the time I got out, Jack had wolfed into all the seaweed. That was gone.
Right.
He wolfed into it, and I thought, "Oh, good on you, mate. Go for it."
Yeah. It's a chuckle. Oh fuck! I'm gonna sleep tonight.
Yeah, I might make a move myself, Ray.
Yeah, methane. But no, that makes sense with that bloody what are you saying in the Bermuda Triangle? I thought, yeah, well, that's I sort of get with that. But anyway,
they had a show on about it on TV the other night. I watched a bit of it about the Bermuda Triangle. What was it, that Flight 19, that American Flight 19, where a squadron of planes went down? There were 5 planes, squadron, they never found any of them, never found any trace. They just, disappeared off the face of the earth.
Just dropped into the ocean. It will sort of make sense, the methane coming up because it goes straight up into the atmosphere, and aerates the water. Ships can drop if it goes up there, cuts engines out, drops out of the sky. It just makes fucking sense,
It seems that
crazy.
The amount of boats and planes which have come down over that area. Like there's no other place in the world like it. They just disappear. On over it.
I reckon there's a similar one. If you go through the center of the earth on the other side of the world near Japan, I think it's called the Sargasso Sea. There's similar things happen there as well too.
All right.
Anyway,
more me not to go there, mate.
Take care. Yeah, no worries. Okay, Joe, see you later, mate. Yeah, I might
about to head out for dinner, on the beach in Canterbury. Go for it, mate. You have a good night, Joe. I might make a move myself, Ray. Do you want to keep it going, or invite people on, or should we call it a day?
I'm gonna go. I'm fucking tired,
Oh yeah, I'm tired.
But cool. I'm gonna go and fucking sit down on the lands and put a blanket over me. Yeah. Okay, thanks for coming, fellas.
Yeah, good on you guys. We might get around to do another one next weekend, Ray.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Pete might be doing next week if he's home from the footy.
Yeah, I've got to go have a shit on that. Hang on.
Oh, don't follow through, Ray.
No,
don't follow through.
So let that one go, it'll draw mud. The chat ever joining a commune. What's this? Maybe we should meet up.
We should meet up, in real life and see if we can get on together and maybe start a commune away from society and we could be free. Oh, very idealistic. Good on the DJ Smokey. Very idealistic. Okay, Ray, I think we'll call it a day, mate. Do you want to do the honours?
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay, see you later, all. Thanks for coming.
Good evening, gentlemen. Take care.
Good night.